I'm fine. Since the last time we spoke, so many things happened, right? The fire broke out.
So many things.
No, what was the actual reason the fire broke out?
It's not a fire basically. It's a. I'm not sure you'll be able to see in my back, but every building in London has this fire alarm. So even if I'm making, let's say, if I'm making dal fry or jeera rice, and if the
Oh,
cooker goes off, then we have to keep it covered. So even if someone is just smoking inside their house, or if someone is vaping, if someone is using shisha, these sorts of things, and if they have not covered the fire alarm, then it can go off. Then the entire building has to evacuate. Then the checks will be done. That is there actually any fire, or it was just a minor accident which has caused by a small carelessness, and then you have to figure it out from there. Once the building association and the management make sure that yes, there is no actual fire, it was just caused by some silly mistake, then they will allow you to go in.
there must be some expenses to pay, right? Because someone's
uh,
carelessness.
yes, if it's complete carelessness, if it has happened due to cooking or something, that's fine. If it has happened to because of the water system and boilers, then it's fine. But if someone is just smoking inside carelessly, then yes, 80 pounds every single time.
Now, no more fire alarms, right? I can continue.
No,
Okay.
if it will bang goes on, you will hear it. Like it's so loud, you can't even stay inside. It's so loud.
Oh, okay. So let me start with my presentation. I've done a
Yes,
sample newsletter form as well.
I like your logo. It's nice.
Thank you. So can you see my screen right now?
Yep. Get your life
Yep.
back on track.
So what my approach was, you're from your reels, you are a life coach. You help people with the manifestation energy power. People realize that okay, I can get my life back on track just by following a specific set of guidance that you have been able to achieve so far. So that yes, if it is work for you and you're making content out of it, why won't it work for me? So this is the main idea between the newsletter form. They can expect these kind of emails, tips, strategies. So let me
Yep.
go over the overview and the psychology of why I designed it this way.
Mm-hmm.
This is still a preview. This is not live yet.
Happens.
Okay, so main headline, that's the most important part. So what do you think is everybody who's watching your videos must be in some sort of depressing moment or situation. They want to
Some sort of
actually, sorry,
some sort of challenges, whatever they are going
exactly,
through in their life, maybe
exactly,
career wise, relationship wise, health wise.
just in a depressing state that they want to get their life back on track. So simple. Why should I complicate stuff? Use some like jargon terms that they might not even use in their daily life. So get
Yep.
your life back on track. Simple, easy, and psychologically very easy to understand. And this is the subheading: transform your life with the power of manifestation. Choose your life you want to live. Here in this field is where you're entering your name. You can enter only your first name or your full name, but
Mm.
I specifically ask them to only give their first name.
Mm.
Email, we only require two things. If I'm trying to personalize something, their full name or the first name. The email to obviously send the emails. Let me
Mm.
take, this is how it look like. Obviously, there are some more changes I need to do, but this is the
Okay.
overview. The thing is, the most important part of this newsletter isn't even this get your life back on track or form. It's the YouTube video. This thing plays. This is embedded into the newsletter. What happens is,
Okay.
if you're comfortable with recording probably 1 minute or let's say within anywhere between 1 minute to 2 minute video, I can embed it into the form explaining why this newsletter is for you, what you can expect
Mm.
in the newsletter, because people like seeing something face to face rather than just
Yes.
reading, because
Yeah.
that's why reels are popular.
Yeah.
So this is a simple newsletter form which the YouTube video is embedded into. And what is the 3 points? People like whatever that comes in three. So transform your life, hold yourself accountable, destroy
Mm.
procrastination. These are the things you can expect from the newsletter. And obviously the subheadings, great tips on how to build your stuff. And actions, hold yourself accountable. Immediately people think about his actions. What action can I do
Yep.
to change myself? And the great destroyer of everybody's life, procrastination. If you really want to change your life, procrastination is the one thing that you should absolutely destroy. This is the
Yep.
theme I went for your brand that I felt is the most appropriate. Does it sound fair enough till now?
Yep. It does.
Yeah. Okay, let me go over the process on how it exactly works. So far, how it works is you go to your main dashboard. This and all, I'll take care of everything, but just an overview. You will add your specific leads so that whenever I click the join the waitlist, because it's still in progress, I don't want to get back, what do you say, destroy this sales funnel because it's in work in progress. What happens is
Mm.
you add a specific link that you get. This is just a preview. You get a link like I create your account name systeme.io slash landing page or slash newsletter slash anything. It won't be this big with all these numbers. It'll be clean, smooth.
Yeah.
So whenever people click on the link, I let me show you my newsletter that I use to send daily emails. This is simple,
Okay.
as easy as it happens, and what they can expect.
Mm.
The image, I thought this
So
was cool.
what's your Sorry, yeah. What is your newsletter is about? Mainly, what is your
Mainly
target?
because my subscribers and followers include copywriters and few business owners. So I just share my experience,
Okay.
tips, etc. And a few call to actions like subscribe now. I'm going to change this to join it now because people don't like subscribe for some reason. And obviously,
Yeah.
if for some reason it landed as prime promotion, please remove it in the primary tab. Like indirect call to action, which makes people think, okay, this is actually important for me. This is how the
Yeah.
basic overview, but this is a different platform. But this is how it will look like for you. But what I did was I didn't require a YouTube video for my brand. Yours would
Yeah.
work perfectly because you already do reels or short form content. So another 1 minute video will actually help your audience.
Mm.
Sounds good?
Sound good? Yeah.
Okay. So what will go inside this newsletter? I've also designed a few, two welcome email sequence and and one more is a newsletter form. So after you subscribe to this newsletter, you receive something similar to this. This is the welcome email. This is subject line. Instead of name, let's say Varshit. Varshit, welcome
Mm.
to the real journey. Or because I'm trying to create a trademark for your brand, instead of how Andrew Tate have the real world, I tried for real journey, but I don't think it'll work exactly. This is just an example. But I don't want to, sell a course from your brand because nowadays I'm seeing a trend. Like if you talk
Everyone's
something
selling
about,
course.
sorry,
Yeah. Everybody's selling a
yeah,
course.
I just don't want you to be associated with just another course seller. What
Yeah.
works better is another meeting, a live meeting,
Mm.
or a community where
One on one.
like one-on-one meetings
Mm.
works for you like one-on-one meetings.
Yeah. One on one we can do it.
Like a few specific time slots so that people are ready to pay higher just to have a meeting with you. Overall email. I have the three main things I've gone for is energy, manifestation, being direct to your audience, and I also talked about Lord Sri Krishna because it was very inspiring. And the things that you can actually expect from the newsletter because this is a welcome sequence. From now on, weekly or daily emails is what this is going to consist of.
Yeah.
And this is my trademark for your brand. Growth begins at the edge of comfort. Straight through, my friend. The world needs your authentic energy right now.
Yeah.
And an indirect call to action, like if they reply with "I am ready," just as an example, a 5 minute audio guide or a video guide or just a video like one-on-one recording, so that people feel personalized. They know, okay, I'm being valued for, and there's a good reason I'm going to still continue reading this emails. And this is what I would send on a weekly basis, but this is just a like short content.
Yeah.
This week's truth bomb. This kind of subject lines makes the person to open the email,
Yeah.
and this is how it's going to go. No offense, because your trademark is no offense, but I hope you get offended. I try to make it clever
Yeah.
because that is a really clever line, so I try to use it.
It just gives them the sense of accountability.
Exactly. That's
If
the
you're like,
whole
oh,
purpose of this emails.
yeah,
But obviously, it'll be a little longer. But because of
yeah,
lack of content, I just could do this much.
yeah, that's right.
Okay. To send the emails, let me show it to you. Is if you want to send emails in system.io, have you like ever purchased a domain or any type of professional email?
Yep.
Yep. So that's the basis.
What's
You
marketing agency?
exactly okay. Then that's really good because you need to have a professional email to send in these platform called system. Without that, it's not going to allow you to
Yeah,
send emails.
yeah.
And are you familiar with the process of warming up the emails?
A little bit, I would say.
Okay. So far this process makes sense for you.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can say that. Yes, I'm familiar with it.
Mm.
The cost, budget.
Makes sense. But the thing is, if you are you really trying to looking for monetizing audience right now, or are you focusing on your agency?
Actually, both, because agency is for the brands and bigger projects. This is a small chunk of monetization which we can definitely get started with it.
Okay, you can work it as providing a small free value via this platform, redirecting people to your actual agency as well.
Mm. Yep, that is the initial plan.
Approach. Okay. But so far, what in the like cost effectiveness were you thinking about? Why do you think this is an expensive process?
The only reason is because everything, the expenses which you have explained, uh, including the domain, including the budget which you have given to me. I've asked a couple of my other friends, being very honest, they also suggested that it's a bit higher in the range, which can be done quite easily in very low rates.
I
And a
understand.
few of them they have been doing it as well. That's why.
Okay. What services did you explain that I was offering to one of your friends or colleagues?
Uh, I've taken the notes in the last conversation that was about uh, newsletters or emails, subscription, daily email, let's say, or lead generation, all these things.
Understood. So extra other than that, what I take is obviously this scripts, this creating the actual email scripts, then sending it out to
Yeah.
you to make sure it is perfectly authentic. And other than that, automations to make sure nothing goes out of wrong. and it
Yeah.
perfectly matches your brand. Creating a landing page, sales form, everything related to it. Usually, marketing agencies that I work with charge anywhere just for the CRM itself is around $2,000 in terms of dollars, because this is it can get quite expensive if you use Go High Level. Have you heard Go High Level?
Mm, I've seen one, so I'm not much aware about
Makes sense, because it's a tool specially designed for automation. But
it.
as I told, I'm not going to use such a complex automation for your brand. That requires you can even do like SMS automation, phone calls, and everything related to that. But this CRM is simpler because you're still building out your brand, right? So we
Yeah.
wouldn't go for something so complex that eventually might just destroy your brand.
Yeah.
If you are in a goal of sending daily emails and I just use something so complex, it might take just months, not I mean it won't take months, but a few weeks. Don't you
Yeah.
think your audience will be sad because they've already joined the wait list, but they haven't received anything?
In a way, yes.
Makes sense. But so far, have you inquired other copywriters in general regarding what they charge, what they do?
No.
So I'm the first guy who reached out to you.
Yeah.
Makes
Yes.
sense. But so far, on the process basis, what is the one thing that you might think, okay, this might not work out for me?
As a process means nothing.
Mhm.
I know this is a footprint which you can walk on.
Yeah. But other than that, because it's just a simpler process, under that, if we could go on with another meeting, I can explain in detail so that I can also tell you what call to actions you to use in your reels. So people can
Mhm.
actually click on a link in bio.
Mm.
So that because if people just don't randomly go to your profile, click the link in bio, because
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So this call to
There is
actions makes sense.
something. Yeah.
But right now, the last question, last time I asked you was your main target audience, right?
Yeah.
They were turned out to be Indian, Pakistani.
Mm.
So based on this process, what do you think? What will be the initial subscriber list? How much do you think?
As in numbers, how much they can pay.
Numbers, not pay. How much do you think the people will be ready to join in terms of numbers? Like a few hundred, a thousand,
I can easily vouch for 500. Easily.
and over how many long period of time?
A month, if you look at.
In a month. Understood. And how many reels will that take you? How much effort will that take you?
30 more reels, 30 to 40.
30 to 40 more reels. Okay. You also come up with your own script, right?
Yeah.
So that's an added, I'm going to guess around 1 hour to 2 hours to create 3 to 4 scripts or even more.
Well, usually it's more like I do read stuff, I do watch different podcasts, in my
Understood.
conversation with friends. So all these things are coming from there.
Understood. So basically, have you already settled out all the future scripts that you're going to launch, the emails and everything?
Majority, I can say majority, yeah.
Understood.
Sometimes, of course, when you're uploading a few of those, you feel like, nah, this
This is
is
not
not
going
good.
to work
So,
out.
yeah, you feel like that. I don't want to post this.
Do you do daily
But
uploads?
I do daily uploads, yeah.
Daily uploads. Okay. Okay. And how much time do you spend just to record? Do you have an editor for this or do you edit on your own?
I do by myself.
Everything by yourself, editing, recording.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to guess around in a day, 3 to 4 hours, easily
2 to 3 hours.
2 to 3 hours. Okay. But right now, when can you expect to gain back this 2 to 3 hours every day because monetizing audience and everything?
That is a bridge which I'm trying to now cross.
So far from the last meeting, what do you think were your initial thoughts on everything?
The only concern is that I cannot because in my agency I've invested a heavy chunk over there. I cannot start investing as soon as into this side. I'm happy to wait on this because eventually you do grow and the numbers goes high. So that's not a concern for me at the moment.
Okay. So basically, this reel or this newsletter, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much interested are you in launching? Let's say immediately, like tomorrow, day after tomorrow.
Again, I would say launching is not the issue. Budget is the issue, and without confirming that budget, I cannot answer that.
Understood. So far from all these questions, I've understood budget is the main issue.
But yes.
But right now, let's set aside around. We only need one domain just to make sure. We only need one domain.
Hmm.
You can buy a domain, burn a domain, doesn't matter. People are not so interested in looking out for domain. One domain can have around 3 emails. I think you might know this.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 emails. Warming up the process, you can do it for free. There are alternatives.
Yeah.
Instantly offers 14-day trial. We can just keep on collecting burner emails, setting up everything.
Yeah.
But the problem would be to actually use the CRM to monetize your audience. When can you expect? Let's say I bring in you a new guy who is interested for one-on-one call. When can you expect to answer them for the one-on-one meetings community?
We can start literally from 8 to 10 days.
In
Let's say
another
next
8 to
week
10 days.
or next to next Monday.
Okay. So then when can you expect your first 10 subscribers for the newsletter? Because I think I'm thinking of planning 10 subscribers. I can launch the emails.
But again, I don't want to start something which I'm considering with the budget
No,
factor.
so far let's just assume, like
Longer.
keeping the price aside. Let's just assume, because I've already like set up everything, so that you can also have a better idea upon this.
Hmm. Mm, Max 15 more days, I guess.
For like the 10 subscribers.
10 subscribers, yeah. I don't think so. 10 days should be enough.
So 10 days, that's around 10 extra reels.
Yeah.
And so far, how many have you recorded? Because you have to add the call to action and everything.
I have 6 or something, 6 to 8.
So you have to record another 10 extra reels just
Yeah.
to get the people interested. Because I have no problem launching it right away. The thing is obviously the budget and how interested the client is. If you're definitely not interested, obviously I cannot push you more, because even I understand budget is a constraint. Budget is an important thing right now.
Yeah.
But the thing is, what makes you so sure the CRM will work for you at this point right now? Why did you even join this meeting again?
The main reason is that this can work is the targeted audience and the need of them, and the way things. My another side is knowing more astrological side of the charts. That is one of my hidden treasure. So I know what market is going to grow, how it's going to perform, those things.
That's interesting. And why do you think the Indians would be so interested in your product right now for the one-on-one coaching?
I know some of those pain points. I know what's not being served, or whatever there on social media for Indian market or Pakistani market or Asian, British Asian, American Asian, Canadian Asians. These people are struggling with few core issues, and they are around whatever I've been talking about.
Understood. Because let's assume out of 100% of your target audience, would you say 50-60% are Indians?
40% are Indians
40%. But your main
from India.
okay,
From India.
from India, okay. And the rest might be either NRIs or
Yeah.
actual UK population.
Yeah.
Why not specifically target UK? So that you can change your algorithm as well right now.
I am looking into that.
Okay. Then when can you expect to make your money back? Assuming you have invested so and ever, when can you expect to make your money back?
I think I can start expecting from May max.
That's a little too
One.
late, I would say, because based on the
And
newsletter.
yeah,
But so far, why do you think this coaching, consultation, calls, why would people even be interested in that right now? They might have hundred of several issues. Why would they open their wallet or phone, pay for this meeting right now that we are having one-on-one?
see, there is no such person who doesn't have hundreds of issues. But if you do not focus on these type of issues, you will not be productive on the other side of the life. That's why.
And that's a great answer. So, because I am pushing you on this newsletter is, let's say social media disappears tomorrow. You have nothing left other than your newsletter. You can still keep monetizing your audience, infinitely grow your lead list, send emails, send phone calls, if you're collecting the emails or phone numbers. That's an added advantage. So you can already expect this as a long-term investment, as well as you can expect at least from having 30 calls booked out right now, assuming you're charging anywhere from 30 to 40 pounds, you can make the half of your money back in just 1 month. And let's say your content is booming, 1 million views in every reel you're going to upload. You can like obviously expect anywhere to grow your email list from 1,000 to 10,000.
Yep.
Let's say worst case scenario, only 1% people are ready to apply for your coaching community. That's an added another $1,000. I mean £1,000. I get confused. £1,000.
As well, yeah.
Because I just noticed your reel went to 4 million likes with 330k likes.
Yeah.
And assuming only 1% even check out that link, that's already
Yeah.
3,000 people looking out for you.
3,000. Yeah.
And in the 3,000 worst case scenario, because it just launched the newsletter, only around 300-400 people join.
Joins it. Yeah.
And assuming only 100 people, 50 people are open for your coaching, they do the payment link, you already got your more than half the money back, because previously and now. Right now you only need to invest in Google, the domains, and the software completely now is free. We need to go from zero to around 2,000 contacts to start paying. So for until then, no need to pay for the software. All you need to pay for the domains and my creativity. That's it.
And again, social media is not going to disappear tomorrow.
But TikTok did disappear, right?
Yeah, that is because of Chinese product. Looking at the geopolitical situation, things like Instagram, Twitter, X, these things, YouTube doesn't, they do not disappear.
Mhm. But the next step to grow your brand is to increase your following, increase your social media, and obviously grow your brand through newsletters. Why do main people like this, let's say Sebum or this big brand clothes, why do they even have this newsletter? Why do you think that?
I know it's a loyalty as well
Exactly.
towards creator. It's
Even
a kind of an attachment which you develop with
exactly,
that.
people are ready to even click that subscribe button, enter the name, enter the email, which is supposed to be like not to be given out to everybody, and they're giving out to you just to read your emails every day. Why do you think that's going to happen to your brand? Why do you think they won't invest in you?
Because again, like I said, that whatever I've been providing, and these are the root causes of so many things. Because who doesn't want to achieve, let's say, a luxury life? Why not? A good relationship, a good physique, good mind state, no matter whatever is going around your life. You do need that stability
Exactly.
at any point of your life. And it's not just a one time thing. Life has its own consequences, challenges, pros and cons, benefits, adventures, memories. All these things comes with it.
Makes sense. Coaching or weekly calls, then
Mm,
increase our value to school. Start with free. Let's say 500 people join. We can add scarcity. We only have few
mm,
spots left. Start with, I don't know, 12 pounds per month. People are ready to pay 12 pounds, 13 pounds per month, because you can check out Hamza.
yeah.
Same way you can do this. You can suggest tips, values. If your free value is better than the value that they're paying for, they will 100% know your, like, the value they're going to pay is going to be 100 times better.
Yep.
Until now, everything sounds good for you.
Yep.
And again, is the same main issue, budget.
Yep.
Again, okay, but you do know that 150 pounds is way too less to invest in something like this, right?
It's way too good to start with. Once you get the stats coming in, when once you see the numbers rolling in, then of course from that numbers you can reinvest the same thing. I don't mind if I'm earning, let's say, we have made £1,000. I don't mind reinvesting 900, keeping 100 aside.
Mhm. Because just from this, I've been able to generate, just from emails, I've been able to generate my clients more than $20,000.
Mm.
And based on all my stats, 150 pounds is a little too less to invest starting. Because let's say domains and everything per month, in just I think 4 to 5 months, 150 pounds is going to cost you 150 pounds.
Mm.
So to invest in something like automation, daily
Mm.
emails, with the newsletter, with the call to actions, with your reel scripts, call to actions, everything, community, school group, everything
Yeah,
related to that. Do you think, assuming the price set aside, do you think people would be ready to pay 650 pounds if they were in your place?
I don't think so.
Okay, still in the same spot. Understood. Because I've had clients pay me around anywhere from $1,290 to $2,200, yeah, just
Yeah.
for emails, for creativity, for just to not sound like AI generated.
Hmm.
Because
I don't completely value that. It's authenticity which we
exactly,
are providing.
and now you know the brain rot. People's just scrolling to have
Yeah.
something unique in your email that makes the people okay. I want
Our
to get his
experience.
coaching. Exactly, I want to get his coaching. To
Yeah.
make the people just from reading a specific text of line, okay, yes, I
Yeah.
want to work with him.
Yeah.
Sounds like you're still not onboarded into this process.
Yes, I'm not because, like I said, that for me, the 150 for now to get started with it, that's what I've counted for a few other reasons. Again, like I said, if you are making £20,000, which is at $20,000, counting the 20% of that chunk, these are the taxes which we have to pay, and the service which you have been saying. Yes, of course, they are tremendous. And whatever the conversation I had with my other friends, a few of them have done already the similar thing. And they recommend that it's
Mhm.
a bit higher than the
But how
average.
long did it take them for to do this exact same process?
I'm not sure that thing. I haven't checked, but roughly whatever they mentioned, 30 days, 40 days of time.
Understood. Because I went from charging around, I think I charged around 1,300 pounds starting initially.
Mm.
Then you told you needed time, I understood, and you discussed with your colleagues, obviously 650 pounds. But that's the last offer I can do for you right now. 150 pounds is like the border minimum. Let me tell you
Mm.
one thing. Assume you have completed your digital marketing agency, you're in the last step. For the client testimonials, you're in meeting with them. And for the product, like the client tells you, okay, my minimum is 150 pounds, but your average is for the package is around 1,200 pounds. Can you do such a great discount?
Then I would just do it for free and keep the client.
Are you
I will
showing?
make from somewhere else from any other income resources, but I will keep the client. So next time they pay me more.
That's a really great suggestion. But right now I'm done doing the free stuff. That's why. That's why the
I know.
minimum.
I'm not asking for that. You asked me for my suggestion. So what I would have done if I would be at that place. That's why.
Understood. But based on every tool that I've created for you so far, how much do you think the value of it is? These tools, SaaS, everything.
Maybe around 300.
300. Yep. The initial cost will, from 300 anywhere to £1,000
Yeah.
easily. Because
Yep.
when you start getting anywhere from 1,000 to 10,000 lead lists,
Yep.
these automations are really, you have to be really precise.
Yep.
So let me ask this final, are you still stuck upon the 150?
Yes, I am.
Then I can't push you anymore.
That's fine. That's absolutely fine.
Yep, makes sense. Because £150 is like borderline minimum for me to work with.
Hmm. That's absolutely totally fine.
Understood. But so far, how is your digital marketing agency going on?
It's going good. Quite a good.
Have you crossed the step one, creating the basic minimum?
Nearly, I can say.
Okay. And for the clients and stuff, what's your plan for the clients
As in plans of.
to work with you, the clients? How are we going to get them onboarded to your digital marketing agency?
We have this the same thing. The company which I'm in contract with, newsletters, emails, or social media approach, or even the events business which I'm doing in London. I've got so many friends.
Understood. So basically, just from word of mouth, then you start outreaching.
I would say yes. Word of mouth is my key core strength.
Okay. If you don't mind me asking, you don't need to answer this. How much does the contractor like you have him work with? How much does he charge you?
I can't disclose that. Sorry for that.
But based on this, I like understand it's more than £150.
Little bit more, not much, but a little bit more.
Did you outsource him like just like me from India, or is he UK based?
He is based in UK, but our team is working from actually Pakistan. So the Pakistan,
Oh, okay.
so those teams are when you pay them in PKR, it's quite
Yeah,
convenient.
the conversion rate is crazy.
That's why.
Makes sense. But so far, yeah, that's it. Because 150 points is like in India, based on all the results I've been able to deliver, 150 points is like
I
the
know, I know.
borderline minimum.
I know. 150 pound is like was it 15,000 something rupees?
Yeah, 16,000 rupees.
Yeah, 15,000 16,000 rupees for
But if I
Indian.
take 10%, that wouldn't make up for the £1,000 I initially asked for. So that's just not worth my in my calendar.
That's absolutely fine.
Yep. Thank you for your time.